Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. And before we get into it, I just want to say, first and foremost, Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope everybody had a great New Year's Eve, a great New Year's Day, and most importantly, a great New Year's week. I know that was a lot. It was a lot for me to say, I ain't gonna lie. But I know I'm a bit late because I'm like basically on the last day of the first week of New Year's. And the reason why my uploads ain't as, like, how would I say, fluent, is because I'm actually watching these animes, and it takes time. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. So, about like last year, well, we just hit New Year's, but like a little bit in last year before we hit the New Year's. I found this anime. I came across it, while I was searching for anime, because that's also a process too. I gotta search for new anime. Not only watch the anime, but I gotta watch a good amount. But searching for new anime, that's like the hard part. I ain't gonna lie. But nevertheless, so I came across this anime. It came out last year of January. It's called The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, my first thought of it when I read that title is I just was like, so it's probably gonna be something slow. It's not even gonna be, it's not gonna be something like, how would I say it, like Solo Leveling or something, which is it's not on that level, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good for it to have that title, and what you assume about it, and then when you actually watch it, it's pretty good. If I had to rate it, I would probably give it an 8. But yeah, it came out last year of January, and I just caught on to it. So I watched majority of the season. I think I got like 5 or 4 episodes left. But so let me give you a little bit of backstory. So basically, it's like similar to the recent animes that's out now, where the character or characters get teleported to a different world where they use magic and stuff like that. So that's in the case of this anime. Instead of having one person, though, you have this group, right? So within this group, well, 3 people. I don't know if you consider 3 people as a group, but you have 3 people that got teleported to a different world. So the first person is Ken, and then you got this girl called, I'm gonna try to pronounce these names. You got Suzune, right? That's the girl, and then you got Kazuki, right? So the thing is, with Suzune and Kazuki, they're like the most popular people in their high school, right? Ken, he's like a regular student, right? And he just so happens to start hanging out with Suzune and Kazuki, right? And he realized that what people perceive of them and what he perceives of them is not true. It's not like they uppity or whatever. They like normal people just like him. It's just people just put him on a pedestal. But anyway, so one day they walking back, and then they get caught in like this circle or whatever, right? And then next thing you know, instantly they get teleported. So they get teleported to this new world, and whoever gets teleported to the new world, they get granted like powers and stuff like that, right? And it's levels to their power. So in typical anime style, they gotta touch, how would I say it? They gotta touch this reading ball, right, of their power and what type of power they got. So Suzune and Kazuki, they touch theirs individually. Will touch the same one individually, and they both are like warriors, right? They She got like, I think Suzune, she got like electric powers, and Kazuki, I forgot what Kazuki powers is, but when they both touched it, they was put into the ranks of warrior, right? So they handle swords and stuff like that. Ken, when he touched his, he based his color turned green because they grade you by the color and what type of ability you're gonna have by your color. So Ken touched the orb. That's what I was that was the word I was looking for. So he touched the orb. The orb turned green. So the green orb symbolizes you will have healing magic, right? So instantly, when he touched it, it turned green, and the whole castle, for some reason, everybody in the castle got shook because they knew what type of instructor he was gonna have, like the type of, how do you say it in anime terms? I'm looking for the word, y'all. It's not easy finding words when you trying to record, because you gotta come up with it quick, fast. But I'm thinking of the word. In anime terms, they use master, so I'm just use that. So the whole castle is shook because they know what type of master he gonna have, and she's like the leader of like the healing team, but she also has combat experience and stuff like that. Like, she's also a great warrior. She's like half and half. But yeah, the way how his abilities work, so basically he had to train real hard. She made him train mad hard to bring his abilities out. And I didn't realize how intricate healing magic is for real. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's OP because by him training so hard, he started to use his healing magic, because you could do that. He could use his healing magic to basically heal himself while he's training. Like heal himself from not being tired, because his instructor made him run miles and miles and miles upon miles, and lifting heavy stuff. And all he had to do was use his healing magic to basically, how to say, to get rid of the fatigue. So his healing magic, he would never feel fatigue, and he could heal from basically any like type of injury, whether it's a broken arm or he got stabbed or something like that. He's always able to heal. Or if he fall from a great height and land on the ground or something like that and end up surviving, he can heal. Like, I didn't realize how OP healing abilities are. Like, he never feel fatigue. He can just heal from basically anything, and as long as, I believe, like, let's say his limb ain't chopped off or something like that, of course you could heal it, but you obviously can't grow back limbs. At least from my knowledge of watching this anime, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if they're gonna make that possible in this anime, but as far as like limbs, I don't know if you could grow that back using healing magic. His arm did get bitten by, I forgot what it was. I think it was a snake. His arm got bitten by, like, this very monstrous snake, and I think it bit his arm or something like that. And then he was healing. I think he was healing his arm as it was getting bit. So I think that's pretty OP. Like for not to get fatigued, and on top of that, like, he trained so hard that he obviously, if you train, you get physically stronger in every aspect. Especially if you running, your legs get stronger. If you squatting, she made him carry a bear. She made him lift up boulders while doing I guess, planks. She put boulders on his back, and he never got tired because he was constantly using his healing ability on himself to not get tired. It's like he could run from, let's say, New York to California without getting tired, an inch, because he's constantly healing from fatigue. And I think that is so OP how the way they incorporated that into this anime. And I also like the animation style. It sort of reminds me of, how do I say it? It sort of reminds me of what's that anime called? How I Got Turned Into a Slime, I believe it was. I did a review on that anime. See how hard it is to remember these names of these animes, because the name is literally so long. It's like it'll take you a minute to remember it, because I don't know why they do that. They make the names so long, just like this one. So if I ever compare another anime to this one, it's gonna be hard to remember the name, because look at the name. But yeah, so it reminds me of that I think it was called that. Y'all could look it up. Y'all could go back. It's an anime that I was talking about this slime, where the slime could basically turn into a human form, and he basically got godlike powers, basically. But y'all could find it in my older reviews. But yeah, the animation style basically reminds me of that, and honestly, it's really good. If I had to rate this animation style, I also give it an 8. Like, overall, like I said, this whole anime, it gets an 8. I enjoy the fighting scenes, even though it's not a lot of fighting scenes, because majority of the anime, he was training. I'm still not finished it, but yeah, he was training and trying to figure out how to use his abilities and so on. But honestly, it's pretty good. I don't want to say too much about this anime. I never want to give y'all too much about any of the animes I do a review on, because I really want you guys to go check it out. If I'm taking the time to watch it and do my personal review on it and post it for you guys to see and edit it, all of that, it's worth the watch. I'm telling you, this anime is worth the watch. Even though so far I haven't seen, like, they haven't had much fight scenes, but I could tell it's gonna be really good once they really get going. Right now, Ken, Suzune, and Kazuki, all three of them, they in the training phase. So it's basically training most of this anime, right? But they gearing towards a big battle, so I'm very interested in seeing how this is gonna go. So basically, in this society, you have the side that wants peace, a kingdom, everything like that, and then you have the other side, which want to conquer and take over, and they have like a demon lord and stuff like that. That's basically what's going on in this society. And Ken, Suzune, and Kazuki, they're basically summoned heroes to help assist in the battle of defeating the demon lord, or basically the evil side, right? That's trying to conquer and destroy and take over. But the thing is, it was only supposed to be Suzune and Kazuki that was supposed to be teleported. Ken got teleported by accident. He just happened to be next to them when they got teleported. So he wasn't even supposed to be in the new world. But he ended up in the new world, and he ended up with those abilities, which I think is pretty dope, honestly, for how the way they using the healing ability. Because at first I'm like, a healing ability, like that's not even interesting. That's not, you basically, could just heal other people. You and heal yourself to an extent. But the way how the way they intricated it, I don't even know if I use that word right, but how the way they intricated it into the anime and how the way it's being used is, I think they doing a phenomenal job at that. Because I would never thought to think about that. Like, you have a healing ability, which means you can heal from fatigue. You could never get tired. And I think that's pretty dope that they did that. So I highly recommend you guys go check it out. I give it an 8. Um, yeah, 8 overall. And with that being said, we got other reviews on this channel. And based on those reviews, you could take a look at those animes. We also have reactions on this channel, and based on those reactions, you could take a look at those animes as well. And I'm out.